Hi, my name is Devin, and I'm a software engineer here at Google.
And I'm Jessie. I'm on the University Programs team here at Google, and welcome to our virtual career fair. This is our video series where the career fair comes to you.
In this video, we'll go over lots of important information about working at Google, including Google's culture, the types of jobs that we hire for, how to apply with a couple application tips, and then we'll finish it off with an overview of our interview process.
And we also have a separate FAQ video where we're going to answer the most popular questions that we get at career fairs, so definitely check that out.
And to make things easy, we split everything into handy dandy chapters with links below. So now, let's start talking about our Google culture.
When they first started, our founders set out to build something really useful for people, a way to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Today, we've moved well beyond search, as you can see, but we're still looking for answers to that big question and many others.
At the end of the day, we aim to build technology that helps people live happier and easier lives. Being a Googler is all about wanting to make a positive impact on users' lives.
And we aim for big impact. We look for people who are curious, who aren't afraid to challenge the status quo, ask the tough questions, or push the boundaries.
We've found that focusing merely on 10% improvements, while great, inevitably leaves you focused on building upon existing tools and assumptions. Instead, Google likes to think at 10x.
It boils down to reaching all the users because all users are important. It's not enough to solve the problem for one type of user or in one place.
We're fortunate in that we're a big company and Google's resources can help us make that type of impact. I'm talking about things like our code base and our values.
And the incredible people you work with and can bounce ideas off of. These are our most valuable resources that make Google such a unique place to innovate. All right, it is time to talk about Googliness.
Googliness can't be neatly defined, but it's what enables Googlers to thrive and contribute positively to our culture.
To take a stab at it, it means being comfortable with ambiguity, having a certain dose of intellectual humility, being biased towards action, and having a collaborative nature. It also means you can adapt to change in our fast-paced environment and that you'll have fun along the way.
Yep.
All right. No Googler makes this type of impact alone. In order to build products and solutions that work for all users, we need diverse perspectives within our own teams.
That's why we're committed to increasing diversity, both inside Google and across the tech industry. We've focused our efforts in 3 areas.
Number 1, expanding the ways we find and hire our next Googlers.
Number 2, bringing computer science education to more students, makers, and future Googlers.
And number 3, ensuring that all communities can access and benefit from the web. And we want to ensure every Googler can thrive. It's important that every Googler feels included and supported inside and outside of work. We want Googlers to feel comfortable to share ideas, bring their whole selves to work, their family, their hobbies, their interests, and their sense of humor.
One key pillar is creating an inclusive environment for Googlers while at work. The other component is supporting our Googlers and their families outside of work.
We're constantly evolving our benefits to support our growing, aging, and multiplying Googlers all over the world. And we work hard to make Google the best workplace possible. We do this through our benefits, workplace design, perks, and culture.
You might not realize that there's a lot of thought behind all of our perks, but what we really want is for Googlers to have meaning in their work and be able to express their voice.
We want people who are inspired by our mission and our culture. When hiring new Googlers, we hope they'll join us and build their careers here.
Careers are personal. There's no one right path, and that's certainly true at Google. There are so many opportunities to pursue and exciting challenges to tackle across different teams. Regardless of which path you take, we are committed to helping you grow and improve your skills along the way. Here at Google, we have a lot more jobs available than some may think.
It's true. We have roles in sales, engineering, finance, technical writing, design, and even more than that.
Our careers site has a lot more information, but for now we'll try to help.
So let's first talk about full-time jobs. Of course, engineering roles are going to be available at Google, software engineering, but it's not just that. We also have site reliability engineers, tools and infrastructure engineers, product managers, and analysts.
We also have roles in user experience as well as some jobs in hardware.
And on the business side, we have roles on our sales team where you'd be working with small and medium businesses, as well as roles on the global customer experience team, G-Tech, roles in finance, people operations, marketing, and more.
So now let's talk about our engineering and technical programs and internships. We have programs whether you're in your first year of college or you're working towards your PhD.
Yeah, and some specific programs that we like to mention are our engineering residency program, engineering practicum, and our PhD internship. So check those out.
We also have programs for interns outside of the US, like our STEP program, as well as internships in engineering.
And again, on the business side, we also have varied programs, including our Bold internship. And in a few locations outside of the US, we have a business internship that's all about real world experience.
Our MBA internship has roles in sales, GTech, corporate finance, people operations, and a lot other places.
And don't forget, we've mentioned it before, but our career site has details on all of our roles, internships, and programs. So be sure to head over there. All right, let's now dive into our application process. So applying to Google is pretty simple. First, you're going to find the role that's the best for you. So the qualifications listed in the job descriptions are there to help you select the role that best fits both your background and aspirations. So pay close attention. Recruiters review applications with these in mind.
Once you find the role, make sure your resume is in tip-top shape, and we have some helpful links for that below. You'll then submit your application online at our career site. We'll need your resume, and if you're a recent graduate looking for an internship, or if the job description asks for it, we'll need your transcript, but an unofficial one is fine. There's no need for cover letters though, so take that time to make sure your resume has 0 errors.
Yeah, and after you apply, you'll wait. We know waiting isn't the most fun, but it does take time to go through resumes, and we'll reach out to you to let you know if you've moved forward. Generally, if you haven't heard from us in a few months, the role was probably filled.
And if you hear from us that you'll be moving forward in the hiring process, great! Now you're on to the interview stage.
Okay, now we're going to dive into the interview process. So here at Google, we interview a little differently.
That's true, and the most in-depth resource for this is the How We Hire section of our career site.
Yes, that is a great resource. In this video, we're going to go over the basics of the process for you. So many of our roles require 1 or more phone interviews. These are going to be about 30 to 60-minute calls with someone with role-related knowledge. Sometimes this means with a recruiter. Your recruiter is going to give you all the details before you take that first call.
And in some cases, the next step, if you move past the phone interviews, is the on-site interview round, although many internships don't require this step. On-site interviews are where you'll meet Googlers face-to-face for interviews, usually 30 to 45 minutes each. If you're going for a technical or an engineering role, we'll want to see those coding skills. And if you're going for a business role, you'll demonstrate your role-related knowledge.
And again, please make sure to check out our links for much more in-depth information for interviewing. And your recruiter is also going to give you all the details about your interviews.
If you move past the interview round, your application packet, which contains your resume, any other submitted work information, and your interviewer referral feedback, this will go to our hiring committee. And if an offer is to be extended, it'll go through our executive review.
And again, your recruiter is the best resource for all information. They're going to make sure that you're up to date and explain the process in as much detail as possible.
Thank you for visiting our virtual career fair. Check out all of the helpful links below, and make sure to follow our Google Students channels to keep up with us.
Thanks for visiting!